in the Temple of the Sun Lord, who will stamp your missive with a wax seal that only they have. And this will prove that not only have you been there, but you've seen the clergy and you've reported the fact that, they're worried. So the mission itself is to go to the Traders' Haven, discover what's going on, and then come back to Lord Karstein and report.
I have a question, Lord Karstein. What if the one that's supposed to be stamping our thing is, dead?
That's a very, very good question. Now, if they're dead for whatever reason, we want you to come back here post haste. And then he looks over his shoulder at the seneschal, and the seneschal comes forward and he eyes each of you up and down, and then he finds Strider there in his robes, and he recognizes you as a fellow caster, and he presents you with a small amulet, and he says, this is a one-use Obscurus portal. Now, you know that an Obscurus portal opens a cut in the Fade, which will allow you to travel instantly back to here. This is an incredibly rare and powerful magical item, which gives you the impression that, well, this mission must be bloody important then.
Yeah.
Because that's worth more than all of the platinum pieces and the farmland that he's just offered you.
And
So
that is sort of programmed to come back to here in particular.
Yep, it's a one-way portal, and it's like an emergency beacon.
Do they have one to get us there?
Nope.
That would be handy. That's a shame.
Oh, so we have to walk towards there.
So I'm fine with the 50 platinum and the farmland as far as getting there, establishing that if it's okay or not. Would it be fair to ask that if we have to go above and beyond that for any reason that we would be compensated accordingly?
In what way would you like to be compensated?
Saving some people, saving the cathedral, any kind of fighting that may need to be done if they're in trouble.
Yeah, we understand that if you go in above and beyond, but in what way would you like to be compensated?
Oh, I mean, you're a reasonable man. I leave that up to you, coin, whatever. It's just not in the contract, and I take you for your word. So as long as we do what needs to be done, it would be nice to be compensated in coin.
Okay. Does anyone have negotiation, persuasion, any skills like that may be helpful?
Intimidation.
I have leadership.
I'm also a linguist. I don't know if that helps out.
You're speaking the same language as him. So leadership picks out a target in a group of enemies that you basically say, get that one.
Get
and
them.
Then it gives you
you
bonuses to attack.
I thought it meant that everyone has to listen to what I say and do what I say.
Well, there is a certain aspect of that goes with it, but your leadership here is nothing to him.
All right.
This is more of a persuasion or negotiation type.
I don't negotiate with anyone.
We don't negotiate.
So if no one has that, no role is needed. He assures you that yes, if you go above and beyond, then he will most certainly hear of that, and you will be rewarded in kind. Now, with your missive,
so if you include our rations, I will go.
Yes, of course. How could I have not thought of that? An excellent suggestion. He nods to the seneschal, and the seneschal then nods to one of the little peasant guys who rushes off, presumably to prepare some rations for you for your very long journey. Okay. So with your missive is this untidy map that you can see on the screen. And this is the known area close to where you are. So if you look up here, you can see that sort of beach. It shows you 90 miles. You cover about 15 miles a day, just to give you an idea.
Wow.
Karlstein's domain is this huge area down here. And this is the Trader's Way. So this long road all the way to the north will take you to Trader's Haven. Off to the west, you've got the Tremorglade, some of the Halfling Plenty Stops, and the Imker. They're called Woads, where they live. And off to the east is the Salt Flats and the beaches. And the Bloody Sands is a place where a huge battle was once fought. And that's why it's called that. Two massive armies fought each other there.
Do any of us have animal husbandry?
No.
Does anyone know how to ride a horse or anything?
No, I don't need a horse.
Do we need a wagon?
Well, I was
can
going to
do that.
ask if he could provide us with a wagon and horses, but if no one knows how to use it,
Yeah, it would be pointless. So horses are incredibly rare in this part of the world. And because of that, they are incredibly expensive. So you will see well-appointed knights on horseback, and Karlstein does have his own cavalry. But I mean, that's a frightening aspect indeed. Most combat is done on foot. Most people walk everywhere. You might see the occasional mule or donkey, and certainly traders have caravans that are pulled by horses. But that's because they've got a lot of money. So if you don't have the mounted skill, as you say, it's pointless. Okay, so if there's no more negotiation that you want to do,
Are there any further details we need to know?
Then later in the day, large amounts of food will be brought to you in 5 backpacks. So these are nice leather backpacks that you can add to your character sheet.
Excellent. I did not have a backpack. I could not afford one before.
And they are full of hardtack rations. So about 2 weeks worth of hardtack rations in there. I mean, if that was all you ate, you'd get sick of it within a couple of days. But as an emergency survival ration, it's pretty good.
If I were someone who did not know what hardtack rations were, well, how would you describe them?
So this is like hard biscuits. The yeah,
like Lord of the Rings, they ate in the little
Lembas
leaves.
bread.
Yeah, I mean it's it's not particularly appetizing, but it will keep you going, and it's full of sugar.
Weevils.
How many days travel is it to our destination?
You reckon it'll take you at least a couple of weeks. If you're covering 15 miles a day, you've got no ranger in the group who can double your movement. You've got no bard in the group who can double your movement. So you're slogging it, unless you can catch a caravan or something heading that way.
Maybe we'll catch
You're
an
on foot.
NPC.
And what time of day is it? Is it morning or?
So it's afternoon at the moment, because you've been in discussion with Lord Karlstein and you've been waiting for these rations to arrive. But it's up to you when you head out.
Well, I'm ready to, when you guys are.
We can head out early in the
Maybe we
morning.
can stop by the flying horse and rest there. I
Has
don't know how far that is.
anyone got any? Sorry, Cam. Has
Yeah,
anyone
we
got any
could,
torches or lanterns or anything so we can travel by night as well?
I have flint and steel.
I got
I
flint
have-
and tinder. Yeah.
I have a
I have
four-man
night vision.
tent. I spent all my money.
Yeah, I don't have a tent. I've got a blanket. I couldn't afford a tent, I've got flint and a tinderbox and some candles, but maybe a lantern or two
Right.
wouldn't go amiss. For those of you that can't see in the dark.
Well,
Is that something that Lord What's His Face can provide?
So sadly, the time for negotiation has passed.
No.
Fair enough.
And you could have asked for various things, but never mind. So one thing that does come to mind for you, though, is backpacks are quite expensive. He's given you 5 of them. You could sell one of them and buy some other things if you wanted to.
no, I'm keeping mine.
I bought a large sack myself, so I can get rid of one.
Sell the sack, I reckon, because a backpack you don't need hands to carry. As a sack, you need to use your hands. I would assume.
Okay, so I'll let you handle that. You know where the commerce journal is. So if you want to sell anything, you can do so before you leave in the morning. Is that right? You're leaving in the morning, Carl?
I was
Yeah.
gonna leave whenever you guys are ready. We don't have to wait till morning. I don't know how long it's gonna take you to buy a backpack or buy whatever you need.
What time of the day is it? Late afternoon?
It's late afternoon now.
Yeah. Don't want to be traveling at night, really. Not straight away, anyway.
Yeah, just I mean, we have a tent and blankets. We could leave now, but if we could probably just stay in town at a cheap inn and just leave early in the morning.
Everybody happy with that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You stay in one of the lower city inns. It's very inexpensive, few silver. This is essentially like a medieval room where all of you sleep in the same room, and it's pretty much on the floor. So if you've got a bedroll, that can make it a little bit more comfortable. Cloaks and things like that laid out. And you'd have a very simple meal, perhaps some cheese and some grog of some description, and you pass the night away. Anyone on guard, or are you just all bedding down?
If it's an inn, I wouldn't think to go on guard.
Yeah, we'll be
I
alright.
can I'm gonna first of all I'm gonna sell that large sack and I'm gonna buy some lanterns and some oil.
Okay, so if you look in the commerce journal, just do straight trade for trade.
Actually, I don't have enough for the oil and the lantern. I'll buy some treated torches, a couple of
Okay.
them.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And
How much is the
for
oil?
the
I'll give you some
oil
money for oil if
is
it's better.
1 pint is 100 gold. But treated torches are 30 gold, so I can buy like 3 of those, and we have the flint and tinder for the torches.
I have no money.
And to be honest with you, if we're traveling all day long and we run into trouble, we're gonna have to rest for the night anyway to recoup and stuff.
I have 10 platinums on me, so maybe I can buy
Oh,
some of
hey.
these too.
We could have asked Karstein for money ahead, couldn't we? Give us half now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'll get the. Where's the lantern? Which one do you think? It's oil lantern or what's the Greek fire oil?
So that's very potent,
Molotov.
sticky oil. So you can, it's like a Molotov cocktail. You can create a weapon with it. You can use it as a grenade. You could coat a tunnel with it and then create like a wall of fire by igniting it.
So, oil lantern is what? How many golds does it make for platinum?
100.
100 gold.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll buy 2 oil lantern. Wait.
And then since we are gonna rest, I'll
Times
cast my
2.
summon lesser fade spirit to watch us, because it can act as an alarm in the sleeping camp.
Okay, so as with all casting in the world of Anway, the fade is dangerous. So make your casting roll. Let's see what happens. Success. Okay, so you get what you wanted. So basically, you open a small tear in the fade, and this little creature comes floating out, and it looks like a sort of cross between a bee. So it's got the body of a bee, but it's got the head of, imagine like a gnome, and then it's
What?
got 6 arms, and it's got 4 legs like a horse, but it's about the size of someone's hand.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a 1-man tent too, because that's all I can afford.
Okay. So this thing looks at you expectantly.
I'm gonna say, hey, little buddy, could you please watch over us while we sleep? Make sure we're safe. Alert
Okay.
us of any dangers.
So it flaps its little tiny wings and buzzes over to the table, and then clomps its hooves on the table as if that's going to be the alarm.
Okay.
Does anyone have the light sleeper skill?
I do not.
Don't think so.
Okay. Just so
I'm
I
gonna
know.
buy some smoked beef. So give me a second.
Okay, so I'll let you finish off your shopping. The night passes uneventfully.
Smoked beef.
In the morning, your little fade creature wants to know whether you're going to release it or whether you're going to keep it.
I'll release him for now.
Okay, so the fade opens again and he disappears back through it. All right, so in the morning, Ivana prays for her spells as she does every day, and so does the Shadow Knight.
Yes.
Other casters, so Strider is the only other caster here, he's got books. That's where he gets his spells from. But the Shadow Knight and the Cleric have to pray for their spells every day. All right, so you head out of the city.
Ooh.
And this is the Trader's Way. So you can see it heads north, way, way off into the distance. You can see the Spineback Mountains and the Giant's Crest. It's a long, long way to go. The first day, you see quite a lot of travelers. You see farmland off to the west and the east. It's a busy, bustling place. There are soldiers out training in the fields. You see some maneuvers going on. And people are friendly enough. You stop for some lunch at one point. The weather is pretty good. And the omens are looking great for you. The first night, what are your camp routines?
I am going to talk to some people and ask them if there anybody is going to the Trader's Way. I'm gonna go ask around.
No.
Our routines for nighttime, like as in
Like,
who's on watch.
oh,
Yeah.
who's on watch? Like those type of things.
Yeah. So camp routine is basically who's going to do the cooking, who's on watch, what kind of watch are you establishing? Are you covering your tracks? Are you collecting anything?
I have the cooking skill, so I can cook for us and then take maybe a watch, the first watch after that, so I can get proper rest.
I have meditative techniques, so I can have a shorter rest and take a couple of watches if needed.
I have half a rat left. Does anybody want it?
I also have I have some tea, a kettle, and 4 smoked beefs that I bought for us.
I
A
got some
sack
too.
of tea, and a water skin, so I can make us tea with our rations and a little bit of smoked beef until we can find some other
I will
food.
take the last what do you call it? Look out for the group. But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna go find a tree and practice over there, running towards it and then kicking it.
Okay. So you do some martial arts practice, yeah?
Yes, sir.
All
if
right.
I've already prayed to my god, what spells did I get? Or am I good now?
They're on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
So Strider's the camp cook by the sounds of it. So make us a cooking roll and let's see how well you do.
Success.
Okay, so you knock up something quite nice out of what people have got in their packs, basically. So you're not having to eat this hardtack stuff. You actually have a decent evening meal that's warm. Anybody else want to do anything during this downtime?
I don't have the ability, but actually, does anyone have Identify Flora or?
See, I wanted to take that, but I rolled a 1 for my skills.
Oh, mate.
It wasn't great, was it, Ty?
No.
Mm.
Okay.
A question I have, I obviously got the trap maker skill. I couldn't see when I was buying stuff anything about lock picks or anything like that. I didn't
Nope.
buy any traps or anything, but is that something I'm assumed to have, or was that something I would have?
No, that's something you make. So you'll have, as a
Okay.
rogue, you will have your own lockpick set.
Yeah.
And this will be handed down to you, or you've nicked it off someone you killed. But you start the game with that.
Cool. That's all right. I meant to ask you, but I was used off the food, and then I was off the food, and I just forgot.
Now, you know how to make and disarm traps, but you have to actually make them out of wood or metal or scrap or whatever you find.
Yeah.
I mean, the Greek fire is a great example. If you had some Greek fire oil, you could make a really nasty trap with that.
I'm thinking if we're doing camping, maybe set up some sort of
Clangy
bit
bells
like a
or something?
snare, some what?
Like a rope with like clangy bells on it, or an actual
Alarm
trap?
system.
Well, I don't have any bells, but that is that's my normal go-to. I was thinking more of a like a bent back tree branch that's sharpened into a spike that will fly forward and skewer someone if they try to come into the camp or something. And maybe some snares. I don't know if that would be the sort of thing I could do with trap making for like rabbits or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
Neb is on board for this. Neb likes raw meat.
Okay, so the two of you go wandering off to get to strip trees,
I will get the
basically,
trees for you.
Yeah.
and that will give you your snare rope. And yeah, you can set up some very makeshift. I mean, they're not great traps, but they'll do.
Yeah.
So make a roll, and we'll see
So
how
trap, make a
good
roll.
they are.
I'll bet this brings it up. Okay.
So it's just percentage. So remember, you can press on any of the words on your character sheet in attributes, and it will roll a d100 for you.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just brings up trap maker.
No. Strength, agility, stamina.
Oh, okay.
Any of those words will roll a d100 for you.
Cool.
Oh,
Ooh!
you've actually made some pretty decent makeshift traps for the night.
I might keep those. Take the tree with me.
Okay. So you set up traps.
Yes.
Nue's doing martial arts. Strider's doing some cooking. Ivana, what are you up to?
I'm gonna set up the tent.
Okay, so you do general camp duties. Right, what's the guard shift? If you're even going to have one.
Yeah, we said.
I'll be the last one.
I'll
2
take
hours,
first.
3 hours, 4 hours, 1 hour?
What, 8 hours of sleep, 4 people? Or I have meditative technique. I can take 2 and you could take 2.
Yeah.
Let everyone else sleep. Want to do that?
Yep.
I'm happy to take a watch at some point. I have dark vision to 15 foot, so it's not a huge amount, but it's better than kicking the crabs.
Oh, same as me.
Yeah.
Same here.
Nice. Does anyone not
Well,
have dark vision?
Uh, Cleric doesn't.
Oh,
Nirvana, yeah.
Yeah, ghost elves have basic vision.
they're weak.
So I'll take first and second, I guess, and then or I'll take first and we can divide it up however, just 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
I'll take the last one.
So myself,
I'll go second.
Anubis.
How many
Yeah.
hours are we doing for this guard duty?
2.
2 hours 6. Cool.
So once this is established, I won't have to ask again. I'll just assume you do it every night.
And
Yep.
are we thinking one person on watch at a time or 2?
I believe 1%.
For now, at least.
Yeah. So what position do you need me to go then, guys? I know you got 1, 2. Someone was last.
You can take third
Go
and
through.
you can take
Yeah.
fourth.
Yeah, the last one.
And Nirvana gets to make
There's 5
breakfast
of
for
us.
us all.
4.
Yeah, Carl's going to make breakfast.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll go third then.
excellent. All right, so we've got some kind of guard routine established and some kind of camp activities established. The night passes uneventfully, and you push on along the Trader's Way for days. And as the first week passes, you see less and less people on the road. And in fact, the tracks on the road, whereas before it was muddy, it was a bit wet, you could see where caravans had been coming and going. Now, a week into the journey, there's less and less and less, and it becomes drier and drier and more overgrown. So this indicates to anyone with half a brain in their head that nothing's been this way in quite some time.
But this is the Trader's Way. It should be, well.
Are there animal tracks at all? Like, is it just people that have stopped coming this way, and animals have suddenly started to thrive in the area because of that, or are there no animal tracks either?
It's an excellent question. Does anyone have a skill that might be appropriate for that?
Perception.
Yeah, same as perception.
So
Yeah.
perception is, yes, okay, you can make a perception roll,
I
but
have
there are
land
specific
navigation.
skills for animal tracks.
Yeah,
And land navigation might help too.
I didn't have enough points to pick it up. Oh wow!
Whoa! Is this perception we're rolling, yeah?
That was
Yep.
yeah.
So
Let's see.
Strider's looking
Oh
at his
my God.
Jesus Christ, guys!
Strider's looking at his own arse.
I'm helping him look for
Zix
it.
is picking his nose.
What's Neb doing?
Neb is quite interested in Ivana's armor,
Where did you get this from? It is very
and
good.
no one can see any animal tracks at all. So whether that means there's no animals wandering around here, or whether it means that something weird is going on, you just don't know.
Amazing. And okay, so another question then: Are there? It may be covered under the previous role, but are there sort of animal noises, birds, anything like that?
So
Or is it
yes,
like deathly quiet in the area?
no. So you can hear the sounds of sort of Highland bird song, that kind of thing, and
Oh, there it is.
there you go.
I'm gonna check.
So Carl,
gonna-
did you say something about land navigation?
Yeah, I'm gonna check the different landmarks if I can see anything, just to make sure we're heading the right path.
Okay, seems like a good idea. I mean, it's a fairly straight road, but there's no harm in double checking.
It would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Yeah, recently someone's come down here. We're on the wrong bloody road.
Do you want to make your roll then, mate?
Yeah, do I just roll a 100?
Yep. Did you make it?
Is it based on just the attribute?
No. So on your character sheet, what you're rolling against land navigation, yeah?
Yeah, mine says 76. So
There you go, 76, and you rolled a 74.
okay.
Yay!
So, so you've
Thank
made
God.
the roll. You are you're sure you're going in the right direction. And as far as you're concerned, you can see the giant's crest way, way off in the distance. And you can occasionally hear the Tremorglade off to your left. And you know a little bit about the Tremorglade. There's supposed to be things moving under the ground in the Tremorglade. And those with sharp senses, like yourself, can occasionally pick up on that, a faint tremor in the ground. So you're sure you're going the right way.
Out here, how are our individual races sort of considered? I know you said it previously about the open door policy in that Carson's territory is a domain rather, but out here where we are we kind of going to be looked down upon? Are we, you're walking with goblins and little panda people and a jackal thing and things like that? Are we going to be deemed as attack on sight sort of thing, or is it like, yeah, it's fine, this it's just other people?
Again, an excellent question. So ghost elves suffered the loss of 80% of their race. They were an incredibly powerful elven empire that were quite xenophobic, and they suffered a great plague, attacked them, wiped most of them out, and left the rest of them with changed skin and features. So most of them have red eyes, white skin, white hair, and they didn't used to look like that.
Okay.
Most people, most humans, are frightened of them because they're known to be very powerful. That's Ivana's character. Goblins definitely looked down upon by pretty much everybody. Imka are seen to be a non-threat, a bit like halflings and gnomes. These are little people. We don't really care about them. They get in the way. They're like children. Of course, the reality of that is entirely different. If you were to say that to Nue's character, he would probably headbutt you and then break your neck.
No, I will fucking dropkick your shin.
So,
Yeah. Beat them at the door.
but in terms of perception, that's how others perceive you as an Imka. And the Imka tend to keep to themselves in their little wodes, which are tree villages off in the forest. And as far as the Pridekin go, Pridekin, it's a bit of a mixed bag. In some places, they're quite well respected because they're seen as powerful warriors, trackers, things like that. But many humanoids will look down upon them because they're outsiders and because so many of them are different. You know, oh, that one's a wolf, that one's a jackal, that one's a turtle. What is going on here? You know, these are freaks of nature. So there's quite a lot of racism against particularly the Pridekin.
Cool. So if we was to see other travelers on the road, it's probably best for Mr. Goblin and myself to sort of stay back and maybe let the Imka do talking, because I would assume then, based on that, and please correct me if I'm misinterpreting, if I was to sort of go forward to some travelers on this road that is suddenly not very well traveled, they might think I'm there to attack them, for example.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, I'll bear that in
I
mind.
will nominate Strider to talk to them because I can be a little bit of a hothead if they rub me the wrong way. I will kick them in the shin.
Okay. Well, because you've thought about this, the two best representatives for your party would be Ivana, because she's a ghost elf and they are well respected, or Strider, because he's a caster and you can tell he's a caster because of what he's wearing.
Thank you, mate.
All right. So you've made it, you think, about halfway on your travels. So we go back to the map, and you reckon you've passed the flying horse. Did you want to veer off to go to the flying horse, which is an inn in the salt flats? It might take you a day off course, but it would
it-
mean that you're not sleeping in the mud.
What do you guys think?
Uh,
Good
Zik,
rest.
I mean, Zix as a goblin, he's just used to sleeping in the slums and stuff. Doesn't really bother him too much.
After sleeping in the road for a couple of days.
Well,
I mean, that's basically what he's been doing his whole
keep
life.
going, or
Yeah,
we
same
can
for Ned.
save our rations and we could get a nice meal there and save our rations and stuff.
Oh, never
But
mind.
it's up to you guys. I'm game to do either one.
I
Keep
would
going or
prefer.
I would say keep going. I don't have any more money. I used it all on our trip.
I would prefer
I
to
got
stop
some.
by and visit the locals, see if there's any rumors or anything we could
Oh,
pick
that's
up.
true.
That's a
case,
good idea.
In case we have travelers
How-
that were coming from where we're heading to.
How many days would you say we've been traveling at the minute, Si?
You have covered approximately 108. Yeah, so it's going to be 250, about 260 miles so far.
And we're 15 a day, is that right?
Yep.
I mean, it's 260, was that? Or 250?
Yeah, about two. I mean, there is no exact calculation for you. You haven't
So
got.
we've been going for about just over 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think a day or two is going to make a difference. And we weren't under any contractual obligation to do it within a set time either, were we? Those of
No.
you that can read.
The missive basically just says with great haste.
Yeah, so it might be worth stopping here to see. Oh, yes, another question I was going to ask. Sorry, when was the last time we actually saw another traveller coming from the north?
About 2 days ago,
2
and they
days.
weren't coming from the north. They were just on the road.
Okay. So it might, like you say, it might be worth popping in to get any extra info and see if their trade has been affected by this, if they've seen anyone coming in, if they've rumours and things.
Okay. So you decide to peel off, and this is where your land navigation definitely comes in because it's not signposted. So make your land navigation roll, Ivana. Oh,
Nice.
you easily find your way. Okay, we'll take a quick break here and grab cups of tea and things. Back in 5.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm back too.
Eerie red glow that kind of bounces off this white. It's almost like a snowscape, but obviously it's all salt, baked hard salt. And the inn looks friendly enough, but as you approach, you can see signs of a struggle. Some barrels have been knocked over, and there's something on the door, some kind of symbol. Who wants to approach?
What sort
I
of time
hate
of day are we
doors.
talking about?
It's late now. You've been traveling all day. You've made it here by about sort of 7 o'clock at night. The sun's going down.
I will roll ETA, the sign language of signs on doors.
Okay, so you're looking to see if perhaps this is a rogue symbol or one of the guild symbols. Make your roll.
I made it well.
Okay, so you make your ETA sign language roll. This isn't a rogue symbol or a guild symbol. This is a symbol for plague.
Oh dear. We should not enter this place.
Zix thinks it's strange that it says plague, but there's obviously been fighting here.
Are they having a party?
Do we roll perception then to find out?
Do we hear anything?
There are no noises coming from inside that you can hear, unless you
Would
start making rolls for me.
Can I?
would spellcraft maybe determine the symbol on there?
No, it's
It's a
a
plague.
common symbol. It's a plague symbol. Don't come in here, plague,
I'm rolling perception.
sickness.
I'm very perceptive.
Okay, there's definitely been a fight here. You can see things have been knocked over. There's blood splattered. I mean, it's old and dried now, but blood splatters on both the salt and on the walls and on the door. There's even a handprint on the door, which is all dried blood.
You want Zix go check out?
Human handprint?
None of you are rangers, but it looks human.
Zix do sneaking, yes?
So we'll go, and I will sneak up carefully
Um,
to maybe the side of it, not straight from the door, to sort of see if I can see through any windows or anything.
Okay, there's plenty of windows and things for you to have a look through.
Before you start going there, I'm gonna start charging up just in case.
Charging up. What do you mean?
You're
I have a
punching me.
fade strike.
Oh,
So
okay. So you start centering yourself so that you can use your fading strike. Yeah.
yeah, right away before if anything happens.
Okay.
And is that a sky dish coming out of the chimney?
It's a satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a satellite.
Oh, it's changed.
Okay. So you sneak inside, Zix.
I wasn't going to
And-
go in. I was going to go to and look through the window.
All right. You're looking through the window.
just on the off chance that there is a plague.
You're looking through the window. That's what you can see.
Wow.
But whereas this is a nice picture of it in its prime, everything has been knocked over. All the tables have been knocked over. There's blood streaks on the floor. And the whole place is just a mess where clearly some kind of fight has taken place. And in fact, in the fireplace at the far end, you can see what looks like a body, like it's been stuffed in there.
Zix is just one body, or is there any more bodies in there?
So I will look back at you guys. I'm assuming you're staying a bit away, and
Yes.
because I've just discovered that our jackal-like friend knows sign language, I will do sign language to her, as I also have it to say, one body, lots of blood,
Okay, well, is there a reason
and then you can
why?
relay that message across.
Is there a reason why we want to go in? Are we just trying to loot stuff?
Food and rest.
You say
Yeah, we were trying to get information and rest and eat, but if that's
Well-
the case, look like we're doing that.
What are we
Do you
looking
have
at?
a do you have
second floor?
a rope or something where you could like hook onto the body and pull it out? But I don't want to touch the body, so I don't know if I can.
But he's
cleanse it.
outside.
Yeah, I'm saying outside. I'm not going in there.
Right, that's why I asked. Do you have like a rope and a hook where you could throw stuff through the
I do
window?
not. I do not.
I can summon my little fade spirit to go in there and look around.
That'd
The
probably
body on
best.
the floor. How does it look like it died? Is it just someone lying down, or is it like it's
It's not
missing
on
a
the
head?
floor.
Is it?
It's
It's
not
in the
on the floor. It's
fireplace.
been stuffed into the fireplace, into the
Oh, I
actual pit
misunderstood.
of the fireplace.
Yeah, I feel like
Is
the
it
corpse
charred,
might be
burnt? or-
interest.
So, from your vantage point with your sharp eyes, you can see that it's been skewered by what looks like a spear of some sort. It's quite a gnarly looking spear, though. Maybe orcish make?
Okay, I would know about those orcs, wouldn't I? Those bloody orcs. You got to be careful of them. Got to dodge out of the way.
It might be orcish. It's hard to tell
Has
from
it
where
been
you are,
burned?
but it doesn't look like a human spear.
Okay.
I have a
And is there two
question.
stories to
Go
this
ahead.
building?
Yep, it's 2 stories.
I've noticed on the last picture there was like a hut sort of or a shack type thing stuck to the side of the building. Could I climb up that on the left hand side there to look in through top floor windows?
Watch out for the satellite dish.
So
Yeah.
you can jump up there, but there is no window on that side, sadly. You could scurry across the roof and sort of swing yourself down if you want.
Yeah, I
Or
could give that a
go
go.
into the chimney, but
All right,
not
make a
drop
perception
down.
roll.
Perception. We have to.
Woo!
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so as you try to peek through the window at the front, look at that window at the front that's on the second
Yeah.
story. You're sort of dangling down, trying to look through there. It's nice, sort of stained glass. Obviously, this inn was making very good money, being the only inn on the way along the Traders' Way. It's covered in blood. You can't see inside. The whole thing is just smeared in blood, and it dried.
Cool. I don't hear any noise from within at all then.
Nope.
This would be the first we've ever heard of a plague going around, correct?
Correct.
Was that body in the fireplace burnt or not?
Not burnt, as far as you could tell.
So you'd know if it had pustules and things. You'd know what plague looks like.
Yeah.
You've got cleric
Makes-
with you, an expert in
Oh!
plagues and things.
Send in the cleric.
Can I use like lore master or medical to see what kind of?
Absolutely, you can. Do you want to go in and examine the corpse?
Just look at the window, Ivana. Just look through the window.
Yes,
Okay, so you're going to go in.
I will go
Look
and
into the window. Oh, you
Oh,
send
my-
the
no, the
healer
window.
in.
Oh, don't
Yeah, is the door
die.
locked?
No, the door is not locked.
Wear a mask at least and don't touch anything.
Okay, so Yavanna goes in. So you can sense that there's been a lot of trouble in here. There's been quite a big fight. You can see where someone's clearly been dragged across the floor, bleeding, all the way up to the door, and then another door at the back of the room, which presumably leads to the kitchen or something like that. There's been a huge struggle here. And you go over to the body that's been stuffed in the fireplace. It's a human. Their entire face is covered in red blotches, and mud and filth and grime and soot from the fireplace. and then they've been punctured by a spear all the way through the back and out the front. It's definitely not human-made spear. It looks like it's some kind of weird metal, and it's a bit twisted and gnarled up. It's unlike any other weapon you've seen before. In terms of the material made to use it, it's a spear, but in terms of material. And then this body has clearly been killed, picked up, and then shoved into the fireplace.
So if you had the plague, you wouldn't want to go touching it. I would assume if you had the spear, you would have used that to keep them at bay and put them into a fireplace, as opposed to killed and then move them. Or is that what they've done? They've skewered them with the spear, then put them into the fireplace with the spear.
You're not sure. You
We
would
don't
think.
know.
You would think that spear has gone through him first, and then someone very strong has picked him up and shoved him in the fireplace.
Funsies. I was actually thinking about it. I will stay on top of the roof and just keep a watch out.
Okay. What do you want to do, Ivana?
I want to check to see if I'm able to touch and examine the body safely and see if it has anything on him. And then I want to take out the spear and take it with me if I have the strength to take it out.
Okay, so you're in full plate mail, including your gloves, which are well protected. So you could touch the corpse without any fear of transmission, you think. Make a holistic medicine roll. Okay. This seems to be a plague that affects the blood of the victim because of all the red blotches that you are making out on the face and the exposed skin. It's almost like the blood has been blistered from within and now it's trying to get out of the skin, but it can't. So the whole of the skin is covered in these horrible red blotches. The body itself is covered in filth and grime, and the face is distorted. The eyes are wide open, either in fear or insanity. And the mouth has what looks like a partial chunk of flesh, where maybe this man has bitten somebody, almost in a cannibalistic fashion.
Mm.
And some of that is still partially lodged in his mouth.
Is it a human flesh?
Looks
Or
like
can I
it.
tell?
Okay, you try and pull the spear out. Make a strength check. Did you succeed?
My base is 45.
So if you don't have anything like bodybuilding, then it's just a straight roll against that attribute, and that's a fail. So it's gone through his spine all the way through and out the front, and because it's jagged and gnarled, it's very, very difficult to pull out. You have to be incredibly strong to get it out of him. I mean, it's a very basic looking spear, but it's of a design that you do not recognize.
Yeah, I'll relay that to the rest of the team.
Okay.
So do you sense anybody in there?
You can't hear any other movement in the building. There doesn't seem to be anything rattling around. I mean, you're welcome to go wander and have a look.
Anyway, he's strong. He could pull the dagger out. Maybe
Actually, no. My
No?
character is not. No.
we could we
It's
could try to
mostly
get it
agility.
and file it down to a dagger for the rogue.
Yeah,
Probably-
plagues.
probably worth
Plagues for a
keeping.
dagger.
If we can get it, it's probably worth keeping.
Yeah.
But if he has flesh in his mouth, there may be another victim somewhere in this place that he bit.
Does our cleric know if the plague is still active in this dead state, or would it have died off with the body?
No idea.
Is there
Do
any
you have anything that can cure disease or anything like that at all, or cure a plague? Any spells or abilities, anything like that? I wonder if that would work. I don't know how the systems work. That's all.
is there
Is
any
it?
literature about anywhere that might
Yes, actually, you look and you can see that there's a book on the near where the bar is.
yeah I'll
With
grab that one.
with lore master plagues over the centuries and stuff, would I know that that a plague of the blood variety would not be contagious to touch or airborne, and it's purely a blood in your system?
Okay, anyone with the law master skill can make a roll.
Jesus.
Okay. So someone made it at least. Ivana. Okay, you're quite familiar with the various plagues over the last 100 years or so. This is an unknown plague. This is either new or it's some kind of magical plague. This is not a documented plague that you're aware of, and you're well read. So this is something different.
But would we know about contagion?
You
Like,
don't think it's contagious
Okay.
in this state because the body is dead already.
It's skewered as well.
And it's been here a while. There's quite a stench coming off it.
Yeah, how long would we? Again, this is Stuart asking because my character's not in the room. How long would it appear to be that the body was turned into a body from a person?
So again, I mean, the cleric's in the room. This is the best person for the job.
Yeah.
She thinks that this body has been here for probably more than a month, but less than a year.
Oh
Okay.
damn.
I say we ransack the place, grab anything we can, and hit
Yep,
it.
leave,
Kick on the
yeah.
road. See if there's
No.
any food, rations, anything in the kitchen. Make sure there's nobody else in here.
Is there like a cellar in here?
Search all the drawers, nooks, and crannies.
Right. So you're all going in. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Yeah, I'll go in.
I'll stay on the roof to see if anyone's coming. Also, while I'm up here, do I see any tracks leading away from the buildings? I.e., whoever put that spear through somebody?
Okay. What skills have you got that might help you there?
Perception?
Okay. Make a roll. Yes. And again, excellent observation. There are tracks and they are leading off to the east. And you can tell because the blood has soaked into the salt. So a number of people have moved off to the east, which is towards the beach area. If you let me bring up the map for you, just to. So here's the salt flats. So they've gone off in this direction towards the water. I mean, that's a good sort of week's travel to get there, but that's the way they've gone. Bleeding.
Yeah.
Strider, I don't know what abilities you have, but do you have like a shield or anything that can, isolate those remains from us so that if we do go in and look around and so on, we're not going to have any issue, no contagion, no nothing. I know it's in a dormant state, but I don't like the idea of it.
No,
It's disease, death.
no,
I
I
can
don't
shut
really
a
have
bone.
anything.
Oh, okay. I don't really know what each of us can do.
Well,
I mean, the best thing for us to do is just light the fire and burn them, get the spear out of them.
well,
Agreed.
Ivana, you've got a spell, haven't you?
I have a cleansing spell. Cleansing touch. That can remove disease if you guys get it.
There you go. So you've got the perfect cure there. Your holy cleric can expunge disease.
I think if we want to camp, we can camp outside underneath that canopy. I don't know if there's still a roof there. That way we have the
Yes, there
wall
is.
against our backs.
Yep. Okay, so for those of you who have perception, make a perception roll, and if you succeed, we'll see what you found while you ransack this place.
Mead, I hope.
Success.
Success.
Okay, so we've got 2 successes. Right, so you spend a good hour kind of going through the place, turning it over. A lot of the food, because it was stacked in cupboards in the kitchen, has gone. Someone's taken it.
Motherfucker!
There's a few crumbs of things left. You can see where some food has been literally torn apart. So there's, like, for example, there's a cheese wheel where someone has, they're either starving or
Nice.
they were feral or something, and they've ripped it. It's gone all over the place. It's all over the floor. It's all over the tables. So this wasn't done in a careful way. So the majority of the food is gone. Because you've made good perception rolls, you find a few pieces of pickled things that have been left. So these are in jars. So you've got some, pickled cucumbers, some pickled cabbage, some things like that. Nice things that a chef like Strider can use to bolster your evening meals. So you can
is
add
there
that
anything in the cellar?
So you can add that to your character sheet, Strider. You've got
Mhm.
like four jars of pickles. In the cellar, there is barrels of mead and grog. These haven't been touched. So you could fill your water flasks with mead or grog if you want to.
Oh, Carl, you can write water skin on your inventory sheet, and I'll erase it from mine. I got
Okay.
you one.
I will drink some mead and offer some up to my god.
Okay.
And
So-
no whiskey?
So you resupply your water supply essentially with booze. No, there's no there's no whiskey. Most of the bottles behind the bar have been smashed to pieces during the scuffle. Upstairs, all of the bedding has been torn off the beds, but there are some opulent-looking curtains left that you could, if you're a tailor, perhaps use in that craft. Anyone got tailoring?
Nope,
No.
not me.
Got rid of it for something else.
It would make very nice blanket.
There you go. So you could take one of those as a blanket if someone needs a blanket.
No, I'm a jackal.
Anyway, it's up to you. Write it on your character sheet if you want it.
I'll take the blanket. I don't have one.
Any candles?
Yeah, I mean, there's half-broken candles all over the place here. There would have been one on every table.
Because we can melt them and make new if we need.
All right, so you've ransacked the place. The corpse didn't really have anything on it. It was probably a server or maybe someone who was visiting the place. All they had was a shirt and some trousers. Is there anything you want to do before we move on? Okay, where are you?
Well,
Oh, it's too fast, apparently.
anything you want to do. Obviously, there are candles and so on. I was going to ask about oil lamps because we were talking about getting oil for lamps earlier and that sort of thing. Is there anything that might be useful for our trip?
No, all the useful things that you rolled your perception for, you've now got.
Okay. And then we sleep outside on the lean-to.
Okay, so you take the cleric's advice and you sleep underneath the lean-to.
If we're sleeping outside, can I burn that body to try to get the spear out in the morning?
We decided we were burning the body anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
I
didn't
mean, there's
know.
lots of wood in there. So you set a fire, and the lovely smell of cooking human permeates the air.
Yeah, let's hope we can get that hot enough. I will climb down from the roof because I'm now nearest Chimney's thinking of burning person, and point out the tracks heading to the east. What do we know is over there other than because we're at the Flying Horse, it's the Salt Lake and then the beach heading towards the Bloody Sands if they're going southeast. Are there any known villages or encampments or towns? Nothing.
No, it's a wasteland, and most people from Karstein's domain wouldn't go there because it'd be full of spirits from the battle.
Okay, yeah, so we'll just ignore the fuck out of that then. But I'll let the group make the group aware.
Okay, as the night rolls in, it begins to rain, and you've got your tents up underneath the makeshift shelter that you've created. Okay.
I was going to ask as well. This is the Salt Plains. Is the salt here harvestable?
Yeah. If you've got a spade, you can dig some up.
I don't, but I have hands, little goblin hands.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it hurts your little hands
I
digging
can dig
into
some up with my
because
hands.
it's like trying to dig through ice.
I was just going to scrape some off the top.
But I mean, there are
Jackal claws.
tools inside the kitchen area. You know,
Okay, yeah, I could
there'd
grab
be
some of
things
that.
that you could use to try and get some up. So yeah, you've got a bag of salt.
Yeah, I will give that to our wonderful camp cook.
Okay.
Zix has found you some salt.
Okay, bag of salt. Or chunk of salt.
I'm gonna read the
So-
book that I found. Are we camping?
Okay, it's a very boring book. Make your literacy roll or rewrite. Okay. This book is basically a log of everyone who's come to the inn, how much they've paid, where how many rooms did they have, etc., etc. So it's like a guest book. Nothing particularly exciting, I'm afraid.
When is the last entry?
Ah, good question. When was the last entry? So the last entry was about 4 months ago.
Who was it?
It was some trader is what's listed, and then the name is Raphael.
It's a Ninja Turtle.
We will make log of the Ninja Turtle visit.
When did the what do you call it? Karlel25 said that they lost contact from
Karlstein.
the Karlstein. When did he say that he lost contact with the
9 months.
9 months? And this is
Yeah,
4
so they
months
haven't
ago.
had any major deliveries from the Traders Haven for 9 months because usually what would happen in the past is the Hill Giants and the Eagle Elves would bring their goods to the Traders Haven maybe once or twice a year, and then a large shipment would come down to Karstein's Domain, and there'd be a huge market festival where all these goods would be sold off. That hasn't happened this year, and that's very, very strange.
Just a thought. How often or how common is it for people to have paintings or something like that of themselves? Is that something that you would see in a place like this? I'm just curious as to whether there are any paintings of, say, the owner and the guy in the fireplace. It matches up with any of these people, or is he someone that's not related to the inn?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thought process. I like where you're going with that, but sadly not. There is paintings on the wall. One is of the Salt Plains. Another one is of a big fight, some kind of big battle that is taking place on a salt plain. Another one is a remarkable painting of what looks like a thunderstorm being called out of the sky by some kind of caster person with his back to you.
No.
Again, on a salt plain.
I feel there's a history lesson there to be learned.
Yeah.
Well, we're not traveling anymore today, so We might as well set camp.
Yep. So, as I say, it begins to rain. You're under your covers. Food is being prepped, and you go about your routine.
I vote we use the curtains to wrap around this cover to, one, keep the heated, and two, stop light from getting out. Because whoever did this, I don't want them, watching and seeing that we're still here.
Okay. The night passes fairly uneventfully. Other than noises out in the rain, you are fairly safe. And the next day, you head back out onto the Trader's Way. As the days pass, it becomes more and more gloomy. The rain and the clouds are a constant bugbear on your shoulders, and you spend most of the day just being soaked. The trail becomes muddier and muddier, and you start to see what are known as prayer stops along the way. And these are, you see them in European countries for those who've traveled. On the side of the road, you'll see these little shrines. And they're small buildings. You can usually get one person inside, maybe two. And there'll be a small statue or a symbol, and then there'll be flowers or offerings of some description by pilgrims who are following the route to wherever. Now, you know that past the Trader's Haven is an ancient temple. So pilgrims must have followed this route at some point, 100 years ago or whatever it may be. And they would have built these little shrines along the way. And as you get to these little prayer stops, they're quite welcome because a small area would have been burnt out or dried out where people would have lain down for the night. And there's usually a well there, troughs for horses, caravans and things like that, somewhere that you can tie your caravan horses up to. So these places are a welcome sight. So let me just drag your tokens onto the map. I think we've got nearly everybody. Who we're missing? There we go. Zix. Okay, so again, you're coming up to the end of the day. You're on the road.
It's night time.
There's the 5 of you. It's the end of the day. So up ahead is one of these prayer stops. So those with dark vision will see this in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is most of you, isn't it?
All but our cleric, I believe.
Only Ivana doesn't have dark vision.
What can you see, Ivana? Or Yavana?
I can only see 10 feet in front of me in the circular, so you guys go ahead.
So this is where, if you want to light a torch, because you've got some torches that Strider picked up, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you want to travel in complete darkness, it's up to you.
I'll give Yavanna a torch, but I'd like to stay on the outskirts of the torch's light since I can see. I don't want to be like a gleaming target.
Oh, it's a light up ahead. What is happening?
So the jackal has just noticed that there's some kind of strange green light up ahead.
What can I
Is it
smell?
moving?
Perception.
No, it's not moving. No. Do you want to light a torch, Ivana?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled perception.
It seems to be some kind of magical light that's static.
Should we have the rogue go first?
Yeah, I'm happy
No,
to do
you
that.
don't have to roll.
Scout out the
Oh,
area.
rogue go first. Sorry.
Scout out the area.
How do I move my character?
Click on it and drag it around.
I can
Okay, so
see.
Ivana's lit a torch.
So
This torch has range.
I guess there's no staying out of the torch's light.
So Stu, to move your character on the left-hand side of the screen, you have to have token controls clicked on,
Token controls.
the little man.
which is a picture of a little man.
Yeah, that's got a red box around him.
That's right. And then the one next to that should be the top one of the three. So not the ruler, not the spinny
got you.
roundy
The
thing, the
squarey
squarey thing. And then you click on your character, left click, and then you can pick it up and move it just like I'm doing now.
Beautiful.
So you should be able to do that.
Yeah.
There is a ruler thing, but I don't know how to work it.
Yeah, there's a ruler.
Yeah, so I did the ruler earlier.
Yeah, there's
Are we
there's a
moving
number
in
of tools.
this kind of movement at the minute, or is it just free going?
This is free movement until I tell you otherwise.
Cool. So that green light is lit up some form of a structure there. Can you describe the structure for me? Is there
Press.
like
It's a
just
press.
like
It's one of those things.
Yeah,
that-
yeah. Is that like a door I can see at the bottom left of the structure, or is that a window?
No. So imagine a really small building, but it's got little arches in it. So it's not sealed. You can see through it, like
Oh,
a
okay.
Roman structure, that kind of thing. It's got a roof to protect the idol inside, but you can see straight through.
Okay, cool. I will. Let's see, get some distances a minute. Oh yeah, that's loads. I can see from there. Cool.
You
I
might have
think
some
I
extra on the
will.
building. Sorry.
I was going to move up to kind of here behind the rock, out of the torch lights. Not much can be seen from there. Obviously, I'm moving stealthily in this situation.
Okay, make a sneak roll then. I mean, you can't hear or see anything other than the sounds of the forest.
Yeah. Oh, wrong button.
I'm hiding behind a bush.
That's a pass.
Okay, so
That's 72. I was like, no.
you're moving like a ninja through the shadows.
That's the plan. And I'll kind of move up to here.
Okay,
Oh, apparently I'm colliding with a wall moving there. Weird.
that's a
Okay.
big rock. Yeah, you're using.
Yeah,
the
I
big-
think I must have clipped the rock. That was all. Okay, so is this on the right-hand side, the east part of the building? Is that like a wall or something? Or are those troughs?
They look
that
like
you're talking
troughs
about?
to you.
Cool. How far is that? Okay. We'll move up to here, and then across behind this one.
That's a well. Now that you're close to it, you can make out a well.
Okay.
And this area here that you're currently in, it all seems to have been like the grass has been cut away. People have obviously slept here. They've used it as cover, somewhere to rest for the night.
Okay. Oh, why did I just zoom all the way down there? Was that me?
Sorry, it's because I typed. I didn't realise I was clicked on my purse.
Oh, that's okay. So we'll move across to this rock here. What can I see in through there? See, I've opened up like the inside there. So there's like a something on the northwest of it, and then I'm guessing that's the idol at the south.
Yeah. It's empty. There's no one in there.
Are there any signs on the walls?
Well, if you go in, maybe.
And sorry, what did you say that top
I don't
bit
think
was?
you have been here before.
What did you say this was? Sorry.
You don't know. You haven't gone in.
Oh, okay. I can't. I mean, what does it look like?
It looks like a
assuming I can
structure of some, some kind of object.
Okay, cool. Is the building in sort of disrepair? Looking at the map, like the walls here on the west side look like they're broken. Is that right, or is that just gaps?
Yep. So it's just gaps.
Cool. Here's me being all stealthy, and there's a fucking torch coming following me around.
The party have clearly got bored and have just come
Oh
up.
no, I said hide behind.
Well,
him.
I didn't hear any
off
screams,
the
so I'm
road.
assuming it's safe.
He hasn't said
Is
it's
this
safe yet.
our door? Is
Oh
this
my
a closed
God.
door?
It's not a door. It's just an opening.
You guys, you're supposed to just be hiding and waiting.
There's nothing
Okay,
here.
they've already moved. There's nothing there that I can see.
Yeah. So you've got a well here. You've got troughs here. You've got an idol inside. There seems to be a font where there'd be water for cleaning yourself, ritual cleansing, that kind of stuff. Because you've been on the road all day, you don't go and pray to your idol or make offerings without cleaning yourself first. But it's dry at the moment.
Cool. And are there any writing on the walls on the outside that I've seen so
Oh,
far?
it's all there's all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
Anybody got any skills to do with writing or reading or sign language?
I have sign language,
No,
but
I
I don't
do.
Go
have
ahead.
any form of reading.
Literacy and writing.
Yeah, do the sign one.
Yep.
Okay, do the site. Yeah, make a roll if you want to check it out.
I am unsure.
You don't see any guild rogue markings on the walls,
I am very sure.
but everybody else who looks and has made their roll, every single person that has passed this way has made a mark. Like it, I was here.
Okay.
So
There's
some
nothing
of
to like plague or anything like that. then,
yeah,
obviously.
no. So some of them are like Shadow Knight Guild, particular follower of a particular god. Dave. Dave was here. Dave
He
the
gets
merchant.
everywhere, doesn't he?
He does, and Jeff.
What's this rock I'm by over here to the upper left?
Just a big rock, like a really
Okay.
big rock you could use as cover, that kind of thing.
I got a crit on Etta.
I want to go look at the light after she does that.
Say that again.
I want to look at the green light after she does her Etta.
Ah, yeah. So this is a magical light source. It must be because there's no oil, there's no fire. It's a static magical light source that's green, and it's on a post, like a 6-foot tall post, and it's just there to help travelers find their way.
Are magical lights commonplace? Like, would you see them in your everyday house, or is it usually reserved for other places and things?
No, so they're usually reserved for. I mean, obviously, the commerce that comes up and down this road usually is great for the city. So, roads are not a common thing. It's very expensive to make a road like this.
Yeah.
So the commerce that comes from the Traders Haven down this road has clearly paid for, the road itself, these little magical lights, the wells, and the prayer stops.
I would, before we do anything, I would be I'm not sure if I would be able to tell or not. I would like to check the well to make sure there's no signs of poison or plague or disease or rot in there. Like, there's not a corpse in the well, and that's why people are getting sick, and therefore making it from here down to the inn and like spreading up a plague or anything.
You look to see if there's a corpse at the bottom of the well. You made your perception roll. No.
No, cool.
Can I tell
There is
what?
water down there, though.
Can I tell what
That's good.
temple this is? Worship God to?
Okay, so that's a great question. Make a religion roll. Okay, this is your field of knowledge. You know a lot about these prayer stops. So this is a generic prayer stop because everybody worships something in the land of Anway. There are all of the different gods that are represented in Karstein's domain are represented at this prayer stop. So it's a generic prayer stop where it doesn't matter who you worship, you can pray here and the gods will hear you.
I will go ahead and pray for us to have a safe journey and any danger. Sorry, I don't pray in real life, so I don't know what to say.
Terrible role playing.
Get out.
Can't even get in it.
Yeah.
Anyone left anything inside this little temple?
So there are like petals and things like that that are at least 4 months old. You know, bits of tiny little offering, like a really shiny stone that someone's found on the beach or something, and then they thought, oh, that'd be a really nice offering to a god.
I pray to the sun god and leave him a shot of mead. I hope he brings us some good weather.
Okay. So we've got 2 people praying and leaving offerings. That's good.
I'll be keeping an eye out in case there's anything coming from the foresty area around us.
Okay. Yeah, you can hear all sorts of sounds of the forest.
Is there water in the bottom of the well?
Yes, there is.
But nobody.
As it is a sanctuary, would we be all right to sleep here overnight?
That's what these places are for.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it.
So usually by the end of the day, you'd look for one of these prayer stops, and then you would make use of the area around it to set your camp up and build a fire, and you've got fresh water in the well, all that kind of stuff.
There's a door on both sides there, yeah.
There's not even a door. It's just an archway.
Yeah, there's an archway on both sides there, yes?
Correct.
Okay. So we need 2 people on watch.
Okay, so we've got the goblin looking out for things in the forest. Everybody else sets about their camp routine, do they?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Where are you placing your tents for the night?
Well, I'm sleeping in the shrine. Or I'm on duty, that's it.
Okay, so the jackal declares that she's going to spend the night inside the actual prayer stop itself.
Can we all fit in a prayer stop or no?
Not really. It's not that big.
Could we picture tents against it so that we can use basically block off an entrance with the tent sort of thing?
Yeah, you could set up the tents
Like a porch almost.
Yeah, like a porch. Yeah. So they're overhanging out the front. Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
Get the fire on the go. And do you want to make a cooking roll?
Does he get a bonus because he's got some delicious non-plague salt?
Well, so he doesn't get a bonus, but he might learn a recipe, and that's why I'm asking to roll.
Ooh, exciting.
So
So
you don't create a new recipe, but you make a nice enough evening meal, and you're all
As we've
sitting.
got-
Go ahead.
I was going to say, as we've got salt, we can now start salting up meat if we catch meat, and so we have nice rations to go with us as well.
So yeah, I don't think you've got a hunter of any sort with you, have you?
well, we didn't
unsure.
check those snares either.
No, I can set some snares up here though. I can hear animals. I set snares up.
Okay. So I mean, make a trap roll again. Let's see how well you do this time. Yeah, pretty good again. So you set up some very basic traps that would definitely work against animals. Not sure
Yeah.
about humans, but or bigger creatures like wolves or bears, but it would give you some advance warning at least.
Yeah, I was just thinking for for food.
Yeah.
Like rabbits, that kind of thing.
Rabbits and stuff like that.
Squirrels,
Yeah.
maybe. And then we can have some meat to take with us to accompany our delicious bread.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you start a fire, or are you not going to bother?
Is it cold out?
I mean, it's night time, so there is a chill in the air, but it's not particularly cold at the moment.
Would make cooking easier, though, I guess.
Yeah. So you've done your cooking on the fire. What I want to know is, do you leave a fire burning through the night, or do you put it out?
Oh, I think we would put it out if it's warm enough.
Yeah. Plus, I have a heavy blankets. We have the curtains. We have the tent.
Yeah.
Okay, so just remind me of the watch order and then place your tokens where they bed down for the night.
I'm
So
already
we-
where I should be.
Yeah, me too.
I will
I'm
be
ass-
the last.
I'm assuming we'll set up the tent kind of on the north side where you're all grouped up there, yeah?
So then I will guard this archway.
I'll probably kind of move for the watch. I'll be moving around in sort of a patrol, of course.
So you're
Due
on
to-
first watch, are you?
I'll go on third watch again, I believe.
I'll take first, as usual.
Just the usual rotation then.
Yeah.
What is that noise?
Okay. So first watch,
What is that noise?
you've
What
got the
noise?
goblinoid.
Is it just the
You're
animals?
looking north and you can hear strange noises coming from ahead. You're not entirely sure how far away they are. It's quite strange. You've never heard anything quite like it. And then in the darkness, because you've got keen dark vision, you can sort of see this rolling mist. And you think it might be heading this way?
Is this on the third watch, did you say, or first?
On your watch.
My watch. I was third, that was all. Just wanted to double check. Okay, so that's interesting. And the noise, the strange noise, is it coming from within the mist itself?
Seems to be, but you're not entirely sure.
So what I'll do, I think, is, and it's coming from the north. So about, what's my movement in game? Just so I can get an idea of what's a reasonable distance for
So
things.
combat move is what you want to be looking at on your character sheet.
10 and 10. Okay. So if I was to put on the floor, I'll light a candle and put that 15 foot away from me, and then a second one 30 foot away from where we are.
So just move your token guide to where you want to put the first one for me.
Okay. So about that square there.
Okay.
Oh, wrong button.
So if you set the ruler and then press space, it'll actually, yeah, there you go. So now we'll put down a little
Do the
beacon.
ruler and press space. It keeps it, or something was you going to say?
It will move your character to where that last point is. So you're going to put down a little flickering candle. Let's find flickering light. Put the color as yellow. There we go. So we've got a little light source there. And then the next one.
There. So just press space bar. There we go.
There you go. And off he goes.
To there. And just watch the mist come in and see how it interacts with. And then I'll move myself back. Oh, back to here.
There you go. So you've got 2 candle lights down. Everybody else is snoozing away.
Mm-hmm.
That one there.
Yep.
There we go. And then as the mist rolls in, I'll see how it interacts. If it just snuffs the light out, I'll wake people up. And depends if the noise sounds like it's getting closer as the mist moves in as well.
It
Once it gets to
does.
that first, yeah.
Okay, so you start to see movement as the mist hits that first light. You can see something moving, and you think it's make a perception roll.
Perception. That's a pass.
Yeah, they look like humans. They're sort of shambling along.
I will.
There's 4 of
Who-
them that you can see at the moment.
Who was?
Oh no, wait, look, there's a 5th one. Oh, there's another one behind.
Okay,
Maybe
hang on,
6.
hang on.
I'm next.
Who is next? I will wake up Neb. Neb, Zix sees people coming this way and a strange noise.
I will wake the others.
Could we do anything?
Awaken other people.
Hey, what?
I was
In this moment, I
meditating,
will
so-
also.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
We have lanterns. Yes. I would set down a lantern near the well so it lights up the area.
You have enemies moving in swiftly.
And draw my weapons ready.
Well, no one said they're enemies, but they come
I
up to the
fired.
first candle and they stop to look at it. And
Well,
you made
I
your
fired up.
perception roll, so I can give you some information if you like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so these
I'll
appear
go.
to be in the light. You can see they're caked in mud, absolutely caked.
Covered. Yeah.
Oh, it's gone black.
So hang on a second. I'm just
Loading, okay.
loading up the image for you so
Yeah,
you can
I
see
see
what
it.
they look like. So you should be able to see that now.
Okay. So
Look
is
like
that
raiders.
more by design as opposed to they've been crawling through mud, like they're using it as a camouflage or something? Does it look like it's been put on, or they've fallen?
How would you know?
If it's been put on, it would be in lines, I guess, as you run your hand across your body, as opposed to falling. It's just
no
going
way
to splat. No,
no way to tell from that distance.
no worries. That's all right. Zix sees people. Who is people? Hello?
Does he have the best eyesight?
He
Zix
has
got-
eyesight as good as the Imkers
Okay, can you switch us back?
and
please?
you, actually.
Yeah. So he's shouting out to the people by the candle.
Okay, so
I-
anybody else doing anything?
I
I'm-
look wary. I look. I start up my fade strike. Just to get ready, and I'm just ready to fight if anything happens.
Okay,
I would like to identify targets. See, are there any differences? Do they look different? Is there any? Because from here I can see that they're different shapes. So does anyone look like they are commanding the others or in charge?
you see the 3 at the front are all humans. You see 2 from behind seem to be human females. The 3 at the front are human males. There is one that's bending over the candle right now, and that's a pridekin, probably some kind of wolf pridekin. The other one behind that is another woman.
Are they in range of death touch?
No, death touch is point blank.
I have to touch them. Damn it.
I'm hiding in a bush over here.
Don't want to touch them though.
You're
Zix asks who you are.
You are
Are
hiding
you
in a
friend
bush.
or foe?
Six.
Okay, so as you shout out to them, you hear.
He's a friend. Go greet him.
Zix doesn't know that word.
6. They don't sound sane.
So they hadn't seen you, but now they have.
Yeah.
And
See,
they begin
Stuart
to pick
assumes
up.
they're enemies, but Zix doesn't know this.
They begin to pick up speed and shamble down the road towards you, and that's 8:00.
No!
Good times.
Diamond formation, quick.
No, it's invisible rogue formation time.
So we can play on if you want. I've got time, but I don't know what other people's schedules are like.
I'm happy to play on, but I need a bit of a break for food.
All right, let's
My
take.
food's been
Well,
dished.
what's everybody else saying?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Carl?
Yeah, you would say like another hour or something, or
Well, this combat, I suppose.
okay. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, let's take a 10-minute break then, and
Is that long enough? See.
It should be fine.
Okay.
I'll see you guys in a bit.
all right, see you in a minute.
Bye.
Dun dun dun. What is our attack formation?
Well, two of our guys ran away and went into hiding, so we'll see.
I can't even see you on the map anymore. Well, I can see you, not the other two.
That's a powerful spell.
It's not a guaranteed die. It does a lot of damage. 8d10 damage.
Yeah, there's a spell in D&D called, I think, Power Word or something. It just basically kills that person with a word. Power kill, yeah. Yeah, let me see.
Okay, so I guess we're just waiting for Stu, and then we'll kick it off. If you haven't rolled for your initiative, Carl, you're the only one who hasn't rolled for initiative yet, mate.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10.
Why hasn't that added it to the initiative?
Maybe I have to click my
You have
token.
to use the little swordy things, don't you?
How did you roll a 10? Oh, I see. 6 plus 10.
Oh, I didn't click the combat thing. Maybe
6 plus 4. It's all right. I've done it. So it's Nue, then Nebtar, Jessa, and then Ivana, and then Strider. And we'll see what Stu rolls. It's probably going to be quite high because he's a rogue. So Nue, just to clarify for you,
Mhm.
that fading strike is only useful against creatures with magical skin.
Yes, but I don't know if they have magical skins. Which is the
Exactly. So, but I don't want you to be wasting your attacks.
case.
I'm here.
Um,
That's
so,
why I tried to put it on before we start fighting.
but that's not how it works. So,
Oh,
every time you punch something, it costs 2 attacks.
oh, okay.
So it's not like you remember that skill that you had on your other character where you kind of charged
Yeah.
up before.
Okay.
So basically, what it means is every round you can punch something with your magical fists, and then you can do 1 normal attack,
Oh, okay. I see.
or you can do 3 normal attacks.
I got it.
Right click on your token, and there'll be like a variety of different things that come up. One of them is a shield and sword. If you click that, then you should be able to go into combat encounters, which is the 2 swords in the top right tab, and then you should have a little dice next to your name.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I click
And then you
that.
click the dice, and then it'll give you your initiative. Whoa!
12
Ooh.
initiative. So Nue's the fastest, then follow the rogue. But you're all faster than the creatures that are coming down the road.
That's the first, isn't it?
Okay.
Okay.
First action.
So
I
Nue,
will
what
hold-
are you doing?
I will hold on to it and stay here for now.
What?
Okay, so,
I will wait until they come closer.
okay, that's perfectly sensible. So you're going to forego your current action and hope to use it later in the turn.
Yes.
All right, Rogue, you're up.
So if I was to hide, will that give me any benefits in combat?
It will if you can get behind one of them.
So I could move, for example, which one's me? That one there. If I was to say move sort of behind this rock here, can I then hold my attack until one of them comes past me?
Yep.
And then I would like to do that, please. And I
Okay.
will hide behind that rock.
So yeah, so you can use up a portion of your. It's all about tactics. So you can use a portion of your movement and hang on to a little bit of it so that you can hopefully move into a better position later in the turn.
Cool. How much
But
was that?
try not to think in terms of a game. Try to think in terms of if you were fighting realistically, how would you go about it?
Oh, I would have a bow because I don't want to hit people
As
with
a rogue.
swords. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so next we have Neb.
I will cast Bloodfang. Now, will that cast on both of my cool swords or not?
So Bloodfang, let's have a look at it. The description of that spell, let's show it to everybody. So this is a Shadow Knight spell. If you click on where it says description, it will show you what it does. So this is a touch-based spell. It briefly enchants your weapon to do additional damage until the end of the scene. As this is a magical effect, you can hit and damage targets that can only be affected by magic, and you can cast this on yourself or any ally. It costs 4d10 Fade Pool and will do an extra 2d6 bonus damage. It will only affect one weapon.
No, it's a huge amount of Fade Pool for that.
Yeah, you're an SK.
Oh.
Told you, 1 spell a day if you're lucky. But you have a Fade Slider in your party who can bump up your Fade Pool.
Oh, thank God for that, because I haven't got much. I'm torn between that and Brutal Impact, because Brutal Impact is for a 2-handed weapon, so it's whether I have more attacks or hit harder, and I think I probably want more attacks. There's more people out there. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Bloodfang on one of my weapons because why not? Why not? That is
Okay, so you
4d10.
So you use your attack to cast Bloodfang. Your casting is 60%. Do you want to boost it with any luck?
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 luck into it.
So that brings it up to 70%. Make your roll.
I'm making my casting roll first.
So the way that casting works is you roll for your
that's bad.
you roll for your Fade Pool cost to see if you've got enough Fade Pool to
Got
cover
2
the cost of
10s.
this is for Stu's benefit.
Yeah.
So yeah, you roll to see how much it's going to cost you do I have enough in my pool? Yes, she does in this case. It costs her 24. So quite expensive for her. And then she makes a casting roll to see if she can actually cast the spell.
Okay, so this is my percentage.
So I don't know why you've put your casting roll down, dear. It should be your fade pool that goes
I did
down.
fade pool 24.
No, you've put your casting down by 24.
Oh, I thought I did my fade pool. Never mind. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've passed both.
Okay, so you successfully cast the spell. And now for the entire scene, your sword, was it that you're doing?
Yeah, one of my swords.
Has a bonus plus 2d6 damage.
One of my kopeshes.
So on the character sheet, you can put in the temporary buff area plus 2d6 damage.
Okay, cool.
Excellent. All right, so the Shadow Knight's cast a powerful spell on her sword. Next. Ivana.
How do we say your name, by the way?
Yavanna?
Oh, okay. Yavanna.
Just out of character question, when you roll for them, did you do like a group roll, or is it like each
Roll for what?
each mob does its own initiative? As it
Each mob has its own initiative, and I just did roll all NPCs.
Okay. I'm gonna move over here behind this pillar for cover. Try to stay close to the team.
Okay, so you're
Yeah,
just
so-
taking position
Yep.
and
You're all
waiting,
hiding.
yeah?
Yes.
I was. Now I'm lit by a torch.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe put the torches.
So that's something to bear in mind, is that you've got a sneaky rogue trying to hide in the shadows. And if you're holding a torch, you're going to light him up.
You just
Well-
see Zix looking like, man.
Well, if I don't hold the torch, I can't see anything.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. He's not saying that. He's giving you that look like, what did you do? Why? Why are you killing
Well, you're
me?
hiding behind the. All of you guys are hiding behind the rock and in the bush, so all they see is the bush.
It's all good.
Yavanna, have you got any like preparatory spells, like any shields or any boosters you can do on the group or anything?
No, I only have heals and cure disease.
Oh, okay.
That'll end my turn.
Okay, so we're on
Where
to
are you
Strider.
at, Neb?
Neb, I'm near the road. You all just ran away from me.
I know, but I can't see. Are you
I'm
behind,
behind
the
the
well?
rock that Yavanna's behind, on literally the other side of it.
Behind
yeah,
a well.
Okay.
I'm flashing.
Put him away.
Then I will move behind the rock. I'm gonna cast Insight on Neb.
Ooh, what's that do?
1d10 cost. Plus me 3. Fade pool. 72. Casting roll. Success. Your next spell is absolutely free.
Ooh.
I'll hide
So I can
right-
cast that crap on my
You-
other sword.
You can cast your biggest spell you want to, and it's to the end of the scene, so you don't have to use it immediately. You can use it when you want to.
That says the power of the Fade Slider, gifting you free spell casts.
That's
banging.
my turn.
Okay, no, you can't do it now. You've already
Damn
used
it.
your go. All right, so we're on to the bad guys. Well, presumably they're bad guys. You haven't asked them. They just seem to be making funny noises at the
I think
moment.
you'll find I did ask them.
You did ask them,
You
and then
did.
they started to make funny noises. Maybe they don't speak the
That's
same
just
language
rude.
as you.
I even said that. I said I don't understand that word. Zix is very, very pragmatic.
Very perceptive.
Okay, they start to move.
You know, it would have been really funny if it's just like, oh, there's people coming. I'm going to sit back and watch what they do to the rest of the party. Oh, they're eating them. That's a shame.
I'm a linguist. I don't think I recognize that.
No,
Yeah.
it was a joke.
I will be probably spending that free spell on leadership, which will designate us a priority target. It'll
Okay.
give us +10 to hit, +10 to casting
So-
rolls.
That's juicy.
So Neb did actually say, "I'm looking to try and spot a particular target
And that is why.
early in the encounter." So as they begin to move forward, one of them stops and screams at the top of her lungs. This is the one that is screaming here.
That's the dictator.
Okay. And further up the road with your sharp eyes, 6, you can see more movement coming through the mist.
Should I be able to see
Oh,
stuff
no.
on the map? No, because I'm hidden behind a rock. That's why. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay. So they're not moving very fast, but they seem to be picking up some speed. All right. So that's the end of their go. We're on to round 2. Nue.
You right?
What are you doing, Nue?
Oh shit! I was muted. Is this bushes?
Yeah. So no, it's all grass, mate.
All grass.
Yeah, but that's a big rock there that you're looking at.
Mm-hmm. So this is the one that shouted, right? No. This.
This one here.
Oh, I don't see her yet. So I will go over here and keep hiding until they get closer.
Okay, so you take some cover behind a rock. Seems perfectly sensible to me.
Technically, it's taken behind cover behind a goblin, which is just fucking rude. Hello
Zix,
there, Operation
Divine
Human
Shield.
Shield.
Zix is up.
You never know, man. How many times I've used Tix as my shield?
Yeah. So
Like last time.
with combat, if I was to move in, cut someone, then move away, do they get like you would in D&D an opportunity attack, or how does the interaction work like that?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, okay.
As I say, decide what you would like to do as if you were the player, as if you were the character.
Yeah. I will continue to hold for an attack when something comes past and be very stealthy.
You're going to wait for opportunity, yeah?
Yeah. With
Okay.
the what's it called? Fatal Strike. Is it cost me anything to activate that, or is it just like I'll use Fatal Strike when I'm attacking now and then it lasts the whole scene?
So
I
yeah,
need to declare it now, or
so you declare it when you trigger it, basically.
cool.
So you're allowed to get into position and then say, right, I'm going to activate my fatal strike.
Awesome.
And then for that round's combat, you will get that bonus.
Cool.
All right, Neb, you're up.
I have 2 attacks. Does that mean that I can do 2 things or not?
Yes, so
Good.
things cost certain amounts of attacks.
Okay. So leadership is actually a percentage roll, so I don't need to pay cost for that, which means I can cast Bloodfang on my other sword.
So if you've got 2 attacks, you can spend one of your attacks to mark a target with leadership.
Yes.
You can then spend the other attack to cast a spell.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So who are you going to mark with your leadership?
The screaming lady.
Okay. So let's see if you successfully mark that for the team. So make your leadership roll.
Just checking what percentage I've got. Okay, so I'm going to add 2 luck.
Okay, good, because you've got -20 because there's quite a pack of them there. It's
Okay.
dark and the rest of your group are spread out and you're shouting, "Get that one." So does everybody understand that? Yes, they do.
Get that one.
You've made it very clear. Get that bastard there.
Whew.
Okay.
Okay. And then Bloodfang.
So
Yes.
let's put a little target on that one.
I may not have enough fate pool if I roll bad.
It's free.
Oh, it's free. Oh,
The Fade slider boosted you, didn't
I cast Blood Fang, and it was free.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Shadow Knight has marked a target for you. That means you get a +10 to attack and rolls against it, basically.
And +10 to your casting. Woohoo.
Okay, so you're now going to cast a spell.
That was my spell. The free spell.
You still have to roll to cast it, don't you? I think that's the way it works, isn't it, Mr. Fade Slider? It just takes away the
It's
cost.
just free. Yeah.
It's free to cast, but you still have to
Yep.
make the casting roll.
Okay.
So you might want to make
how do
sure that you
I-
burn some luck on that one.
It's just a percentage of my casting.
So you need to get under your casting roll. So you've got 60 casting. I would boost that up by at least 2 if I were you.
I'm gonna run out of luck soon. Okay, I have boosted with 2, and here I go. No.
You fail your casting roll. Okay, let's see
That
what happens.
sucks.
Yeah.
It was free. No.
Oh, holy shit.
This is the worst.
Wow.
What has happened?
Oh no, it's not the worst.
Oh, disaster.
You unleash a greater fate spirit that attempts to destroy everything in the area, including you.
Jeez.
Okay, so you've ripped a tear in the fade and something
Uh,
comes through it. Roll a d12. It appears in direction 6 on the clock, so it's going to be behind you.
Okay.
Okay, who's next in the list?
Well, that sucks.
Ivana,
Sorry, guys.
something is coming through the
Okay.
fade close to you. What do you want to do, Carl? We can't hear you.
I can't see it because I'm behind the stone, but I do wanna. I'm pretty sure I heard that, so I wanna move. Combat
I'm
movement
flashing
is
on it.
6.
Okay, yeah, move where you want to move.
Can I throw my torch like in the middle here?
What, light me up?
No, not at you. At the like in the front of where we're trying to do the kill zone, so that way I can
Yeah,
hold my
absolutely.
shield and hammer.
Yep, definitely. Okay, so you're going to make because you haven't got one hand ranged, have you? As a skill.
No.
So it's going to be a base agility roll at half. Because you're not proficient in throwing torches, but everyone can throw a torch. It's a natural thing to be able to do. So you've got a 30% chance of it landing exactly where you want it to go.
Yeah, I don't want to
It
throw it.
goes exactly where you want it to go.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to like. I don't want the torch to
Gonna
be
light me
right
in the road,
near
that.
my allies, but I want it to be where they're trying to target. So
All right, so ping where you want it to be exactly, and I'll put a light
So
there.
our target that I've pointed out is over here.
Oh, you can't throw that far.
yeah, I can't throw that far. I'll probably like maybe here.
Okay, so you want it there.
Yeah.
Up to 12 feet, I'll give you.
Okay. And then I'm gonna move. One.
So just ping it
2,
for me so I can put a light source down.
12 feet is about. Yeah.
Okay, so where the candle is already on the road, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then move.
All right, and then
2,
you snub
3.
out your own torch on your character sheet, yeah?
Yeah.
You know how to do that?
Well, Scythe gave me one, so yeah.
Yes, but you've just thrown it, haven't you? So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is you've got a torch active on your character. If you go to lights, you can. I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Oh, we can still creep around that. But we must deal with some horrible thing.
That ends my turn.
Oh, it's got a face of death.
Okay. That's the end of the cleric's go. We're on to Strider now.
Gonna
Strider,
shoot my little stuff over here behind this rock.
yeah, you hear a tear in the fade. Something is coming through. Something big.
This rock here. Closer. That's good. And I want to cast a magical entity on myself. 2d10.
Okay, so the Fade Slider gifts himself with magical skin, so he can only be hit by non-mundane weapons now and spells.
Non-mundane meaning.
So a mundane weapon would be, a mundane weapon is a spear, a sword, or whatever. So you have to have magical attacks to hit the Fade Slider.
That's my turn.
Okay, so we're on to all the ferals. I'm just going to move them in bulk.
So I only see that little bit of circle right there where the enemies are. Is that how much the torch is giving light in that area?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, and the rogue, who is the most upfront character with Nue now, you can now see more coming down the road.
Whereabouts? Sorry.
No, I
Where
can't.
the first group came from, more behind them.
We're
Okay.
behind the thing, so we can't see.
They're hitting the other light.
Yeah, I basically have no vision of where they are at all at the
Yeah.
minute. 'cause of the rock.
I've just pinged it.
Thank you, dear.
Are you guys screaming
You
at each other?
should be able to see the candle light right at the very, very top.
He
Oh,
he
because
doesn't
you're
have
behind
line
the
of
rock.
sight. That's why.
Behind the
We're
rock in the
behind
way. Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to peek out or something.
Yeah, a big, big group coming down the road behind the first group.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the end of that round, and we now add the new creature that's just been summoned into the fight.
That can only be hit by.
Magic weapon.
You don't know, so I'll describe it for you. So basically, a massive, massive shadow creature that is about the size of a house tears its way through the fade, which is, this kind of magical veil that wraps itself around the real world and can't be seen normally unless magic is being used. And because this spell effect has gone wrong, it's created a tear in the fade. And this thing has just come through and it's pissed off.
Okay.
It's angry.
So, my turn now, right?
It's your turn, Nue.
This is. Oh,
If anyone's got Lore Master, you can make a roll
Yeah, I
and
do.
see if you know anything about this type of creature.
Oh, that's a fail.
Success
Nice.
on me.
Okay, so you know that a greater fade spirit like this is immune to normal damage. It would be highly resistant to spells and effects, and it will do a huge amount of damage in this area.
I feel like we should run away.
Judging
I was
from
thinking
the
that.
way I got the hell away from it so quick and cast something on myself, hopefully everyone else will know that. As a caster, I don't want anything to do with that.
I mean, it's going to distract everything in its path, it said, so it's not particularly mad at us, maybe.
Yeah.
So we might be able to force it to fight our enemy.
Yep. So I'm moving back over here.
Just so you know, I can't see any of you guys.
I'm moving back over here.
Come to the west.
I
Okay.
suggest everyone will do the same.
So do you say as much, Nue?
Yeah, I'm
So you,
moving back.
okay, right. We're on to 6.
I
mean,
will
with
also.
more people coming down the road and that there,
Oh, yep, I
this
see them all now.
this may be a fight to avoid, but if
Oh,
we
yeah.
can lure that thing into combat, then maybe, I don't know.
It's got
If there's
torches lighting
anything
as
over
well.
here I can hide behind, I will hide.
Nope.
Sweet. Well, I'm in the darkness at least, not lit up by a torch anymore.
Okay. So the rogues moved. Neb. This-
I will move out of its path because you said that spells don't have effects, so I'm gonna shift away. I was gonna use my death touch, but it won't work.
No, I didn't say that. I said it's highly resistant to
Yeah.
normal damage and spell damage.
Yeah, that is spell damage.
So resistant, but not immune.
Well, I'm gonna move away.
I think it's sensible for you to move away,
That's
though.
the plan. I don't know what my movement speed is. 6. Can you move me 6, please? I don't know how to do that.
So yeah, you've got a combat move of 6, and you
could
can just
also
click on your
charge.
character,
Charge away.
and then you move it.
No, but that's not 6.
Well, I can see the hexes. There you go. All right, so you move away, hoping that it won't follow you. Next, Ivana.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go behind this rock here. Oh, hey, hello! I didn't see you there. Who is that? Who's that? Nui? No,
That's me.
that's you. I ran into you. I was like,
Okay, is that the end of your go, mate?
oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go right here behind this.
You know, try and tuck in behind the prayer stop, yeah?
Yeah.
Away from your friends.
Well, they're away from me. They keep running away from me, and all I hear is bushes. So I don't know what. So,
Okay, so the ghost elf is running around in the dark. All
Can't
right, we're
see
on to
them.
Strider.
I knew he did say run away, I believe.
Yeah, I'm running away, but just the other way.
That's fair. Only thing I can think of that might save us is if we can get inside that building and hope that that thing can't squeeze in.
Strider, you'll go.
Decisions. I'm gonna cast Fade Slide, and I'm gonna slide up into these bushes up here so they can't see me. So I can just poof, poof, right in that bush.
Okay, roll for your cost and your casting. You've got +10 on that because it's your signature ability.
10,
Ooh.
1.
And for the benefit of everybody else, he disappears from where he was and reappears somewhere else. So he's teleported.
Success.
That bodes well.
Oh no, I don't know where he teleported to though.
Can't see further up because I have 10 foot of movement left, but I'll just stay right there.
Okay, so you're hiding in the darkness of the bushes. We're on to the ferals. They move as a pack, picking up speed, coming down the road. They seem utterly oblivious to the Fade spirit that's just appeared. Doesn't seem to phase them in any way.
Oh damn.
Do they seem to be heading towards anyone in particular or a direction in particular?
Well, they because you placed lights on the road, they have been following the lights. So they've just passed your candlelight and have reached Yavana's torch, and now they're looking around and they're looking for you. So they're sniffing. Some of them are on all fours, and they're clearly as blind as Yavanna is.
Yeah, I can only see like 10 feet in
Interesting.
front of me.
Yeah. So the Fade Spirit is now through, and let's find out what it does. Nue, roll a d12 for me, buddy.
D12.
Not the M&M's crew.
8. Okay, so he heads 8 o'clock. So he's going to come this way towards the
Oh,
towards the
come
cleric.
on.
Okay, but the first thing it does is it smashes down the wall. I mean, it goes straight through any support beams there, the roof, the whole of that side of the building it just crumbles in one big swipe of its claw. And that's his go.
He's trampled our tent, the bastard.
And we move. Yeah, your tent's gone, all your backpacks and stuff.
Man, that
under
was
there.
1,000 gold. Oh,
And about 12,000 golds worth of backpacks.
I think
Well,
should have got insurance for that.
yeah.
Okay, right. That second group is adding in now as they begin to head down the road. Roll for their initiative. Okay, and then we're on to round 5. And Nue, you're still up there at the top. All right, what's happening, guys? What's your
So,
thinking?
I'd say if we can lure these guys out, anybody has any more torches that they can throw? They seem to be attracted to the light, so if we just hide in the darkness, in the bushes, we should be fine.
From
Where
them,
was the
maybe, but
well?
not the big guy.
The well is over here.
Over there?
You were behind it.
Oh, I didn't know that was a well. Okay. And
Maybe if they don't see anybody, maybe they'll be attracted to the green light and keep going towards the fade
do any of
guy.
you guys have like? Well, I don't want to meta. Like, I don't know if you can hear me. Do any of you guys have smoke or anything?
Nope.
No.
Oh.
The mist that was rolling in with them, is that moving with them or is that stayed back where it was?
It seems to be at the top of the road where that second group is.
Okay.
So they're breaking through the mist at that point.
Okay, it's my turn, right?
It is indeed your turn, sir.
So I will go over here where the bushes are and try to hide since I'm small.
Okay, well, you can see your friend, can't you? Because you've got dark vision.
Yeah.
We're in a
So-
feral pack.
So yeah, you can see him hiding there.
Hey, buddy.
All right. So in the absence of a plan, I'm just going to move on.
The plan is we're moving away in the hopes that that Fade monster will kill those people.
Okay. So we're on to 6 now. What are you doing, buddy?
I will move with the rest of the group to the west. As far as my little legs will carry me, which is 10, I believe. But I think that's going to take me off the map.
It is going to take you off the map.
Yeah. So about there, roughly, I guess, because I'm keeping in position with them.
Okay. So you're hiding in the trees.
Yep.
Neb. Okay, so you're just going to move 6, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you're moving towards the others. No, Zix is actually further up. It's just that we're on the edge of the map. So the 4 of you are very close together.
Yeah.
Your friend, the cleric, decided to hide behind the building, and that might be a bad idea by the sounds of it.
In my defense, I've only just met him.
Her?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
Yeah, just leave the healer all by himself.
Can anyone see that top group that's just added in?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 of the ones in the top group seem to look in your direction where you're hiding in the woods
Yeah.
and start leaping on all 4s towards you.
Because they're priking. That's fine. I will feed them their death.
So they're moving in a very different way to the other ones.
Okay.
Okay, Ivana, what are you going to do?
Well, I don't know if they're looking at my direction or they notice I'm there. It's either option A, run west. Option B, try to jump into the wells and hopefully they don't see me. I don't know what's the monster. Is he focused on the building?
He seems to be going through the building.
Like-
So if he keeps going that way and you don't move, he will roll over the top of you.
Okay, and then the people that are by the torch, which way are they looking at? Are they looking towards the well?
How would you know?
Because I
They're
could
too
see
far
them
away, mate.
in the torch.
Can you see them?
If I
Aren't you
move,
behind the wall?
if I move over here, yeah. Isn't the wall broken?
No, the other side of the wall is broken.
Yeah.
As
So
far as I
from
know.
from your new vantage point, you can see they're looking around. So they're at the torch, they're sniffing, they're on all 4s, they're looking, but they seem to have a similar type of vision to you, where they can't see very well at night by the looks of it. Those ones.
I think the bad idea is to jump into the well. Uh, so I guess I'll just run into the woods to the west.
Okay. So you take off
I'll
at top
charge.
speed. You can't charge. Charging has to end in combat.
Oh, okay.
So because you're in full plate, you're one of the slowest members of the group.
Thank you for the reminder for next round.
So, but that's you still got 6 movement, which is pretty good. Okay, so the main thing is you're moving away from the giant creature which is destroying the house next to you. All right, Strider.
Okay, I am going to summon my lesser fade spirit.
Okay.
D10. Wow.
That is unfortunate.
That was an expensive cast.
Laggy. What happened? Like cast roll. There we go. Okay, success. I want to tell my little buddy. I was like, hey, I want you to try to get as much attention as you can. and
Okay,
head
so hang
towards-
on. So hang on. So a little tear appears in the fade, and a little creature pops out. It's got 2 heads,
Hello.
massive eyes, and it's about again the size of your hand. It's got little back wings and hands with claws on.
We will
What is
name
it?
you
What do you
King.
want?
I want you to fly southeast to the road, and I want you to gather as much attention as you can from those things on the road and that greater fade spirit down there, and lead them south, away from me, please.
You want me fly light?
Fly with a light.
Fly to the light?
Yeah, fly to the light, then down the road south.
All right, me fly to the light, and off he goes. Zoom.
And I'm gonna stay in the bush. It's my turn.
Okay, we're on to the ferals in the north. Move them as a group. And they shuffle towards the next light. And then we get to the greater fade spirit, who is absolutely barreling through this prayer stop and just tearing it asunder. Right, make a roll, please, New D12.
Do it bad.
Keeps going in the same direction. 8. Okay, so yeah, so he's just tearing it apart. Luckily for you, he hasn't gone for one of you yet.
Is he making noises?
Oh, it's you know, imagine a bulldozer knocking down a house.
So that should take the. I wonder if they get attracted by the noise.
Yeah, maybe. So okay, so we've moved past them, and this group here again. This one is screaming her head off, and they begin to move towards the noise of the house. So it seems like your guess is correct. They are attracted to the noise. Okay, and the next round rolls on. Round 6. Nue, what do you want to do? As a
Do you think-
group, because it's 9 o'clock, we're going to stop here. As a group, what do you want to do?
I want to kill off.
GTFO.
I want to kill off
wanna-
those two.
Yeah, those two. That's this two over here.
So I'm going to go into
This two over here.
charge at them. That and go and kill them. Start right out, hopefully.
Yeah,
Would it be
that's
more
what I'm planning.
strategic to just lure those two away from the rest of the group? Because you don't get bogged down attacking them and then draw attention to the others, do we?
They are in the darkness at the minute, and they are different to the others. The others can't see.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So it should be
Yeah,
okay
but
to hit them where they're at.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's going to be another round of danger and nothing. They might hit us first and all that sort of thing. With any our parry's going to be, we don't know what yet.
Okay.
All right, so we'll leave it there for now. Everyone can add 1 experience point to their character sheet.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where does that go? What page is that?
Inventory. Go to your character sheet.
Yeah. But yeah.
Inventory and experience +1.
Yay.
Keeping track of my experience so someone doesn't steal it from me this time.
Did you say +3 experience?
5.
1 experience
5?
point.
5? Do I
1
hear
extra
5?
experience point. Okay.
It goes in your inventory tab on your character sheet.
Bonus experience points for bad role playing.
You get bonus for rolling that fade monster.
I was not expecting that random event quite so early in the game.
Yeah.
I saw the
that
99.
was that
Jesus
just from
Christ.
casting a fumble?
Yeah. So I was given a free cast, but no faithful cost. But my casting roll went on the table of doom.
Yeah. So remember, that's a chaos table. So good things can happen, but so can bad things. And it rolled 99. So it's one of the worst things.
Hi guys. GG's.
Yeah, it was a good
To
game when it
be
lasted.
continued.
Can you imagine?